everybody. Welcome to Kelly's Creations. Thank you for joining. I'm so glad you're here. My name's Kelly, and we're going to have so much fun today. Today, we are all going to learn how to be professional painters. Well, we're going to learn how to paint a picture and make it look like it was. So, I got this from Goodwill, and it is so cute. It looks like a palette, of course. You can make this yourself. This is so easy to do. If you can't, of course, find one like I did. And you can just get wood from Lowe's. You could even make this with the wood from Dollar Tree, the little, if you want to make it on a smaller scale. So my wonderful, amazing husband took it outside and sanded off the paint that was already on it. So I had a blank slate of beautiful wood. I absolutely love anything that has like old writing on it. That's just me. You can use your backdrop with anything you want. But I had this scrapbook, I guess, pack I ordered from Amazon, and it had vintage writing on it, or that's what I'm going to call it. So we just lined up the pages, and I'm going to use Mod Podge, and I'm going to attach all of these pages. This is going to be our backdrop. I do leave a little bit of wood showing, and I used very light-handed with the Mod Podge. This is scrapbook paper, but I did not want to rip it. So I'm going to put a coat of Mod Podge on the back, and I'm going to attach all of these to the wood. So once I have these all attached, I'm going to take my X-Acto blade and I am going to cut slits where the wood pieces are separated. That way it kind of forms into the cracks of the wood. And I'm going to use a little bit of Mod Podge. I'm going to tuck those pieces that I cut in between. That way you have all separated pieces of paper. It kind of just blends in and you can see more of the palette style. And it was just a nice little effect. I liked it better than just covering it up totally with the wood or with the paper. So I repeated that process on each piece of paper, and this is what it looked like when I was finished. And I absolutely love that you can see the indents in between each piece of wood. Now I grabbed a Dollar Tree calendar and I used the front page of the calendar because I absolutely love the old white churches and the fall leaves, and it's a gorgeous picture. And you can use any picture for this project. So this was the picture I chose. Now this is how I'm going to teach you to be professional painters. So once you have your picture all cut out, use glue, any type of glue. You can even probably use school glue, Elmer's. You could use glue sticks. I used Mod Podge, and I put a nice heavy coat because this is thick paper, and I made sure I covered every little single part of this picture on the back. Then I placed it in the center where I wanted. Again, this is like looking and getting inspiration. You do you. So you could put it in the corner. You could do whatever you wanted. I wanted to do it right in the middle. And I centered it and I glued it down to the wood and those pieces of paper. I went in with my brush. I made sure all the corners where glued down. I added extra if I needed to, if I saw some corners were sticking up. I used my roller to really make sure that it was nice and flat, and made sure that this is your focal point. So you want to make sure nothing's sticking up and that it's totally flat and glued down. Then I took one of these like cheap paintbrushes. I think you get a pack of them for a couple bucks. And I started twirling it in my hand. I wanted it to be flat. And hopefully that makes sense because see, now it's flat. So I kept twirling it until it stayed that way. This is what I'm going to use to become a professional painter. And I grabbed the colors that I thought matched the colors of the calendar: red, burnt orange, deep greens, brown, brighter reds. That's my palette. And then I just take that paintbrush that I had flattened because it gives it leaf texture. Does that make sense? Sometimes it makes sense in my head, but not when it comes out. So when you pat the paint on here, it looks like leaves and it really gives that texture. So now what we are going to do is we are going to continue the trees off the calendar page onto the written pages. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep adding colors. We're going to go over what we've done. We're just going to have fun with this. You keep going until the end product is what was in your head and what you love, what your style is. But this is so much fun to do. We hide the edges of the calendar by doing this as well, so you don't see the edges of the page once we start padding and really making this come to life as a fall scene. This is absolutely gorgeous. My best friend actually wanted this so bad, so I gave it to her. It's hanging in her house right now. She keeps it up all year round because it's just such a gorgeous picture, and she could not believe that this was from just the front page of a calendar. So I'm going to let you guys watch the video. Just relax, enjoy, and see how this comes to life. When I got to the bottom, I grabbed my green and I extended the bottom to the length of the palette board. I wanted it to go all the way across and really give that effect of the grass being the whole full size of the board, not just the picture. Because if I would have stopped and just did the picture, I think it really would have looked like I had cut out a picture and put it on here. By extending it, it doesn't look like that, and you're hiding that page at the bottom where the line is. As you can tell, it's just layering, 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 layering. I went over a lot of the trees on the calendar page because the paint is duller, of course, than the paper. And you can see the areas where you can still see the calendar page, so it's real bright. So I just tried to stay within that color scheme, and I just kept layering until I had a beautiful fall picture. Now I did not do anything with the church. Because of the leaves, I liked the contrast of the church being a little bit brighter, shinier, and then you had the dullness of the trees next to it. I thought that really gave a lot of contrast, and I love how the words are in the background. I just really absolutely love this picture. This was so much fun, and you could do this with any calendar page, and that just makes it even more fun. I can't wait to do another one. So again, this is what I started with. I started with this palette board that actually was painted, and then this is what I ended up with. A beautiful fall country rustic picture of this gorgeous church, and I can say I painted it because I did. You can become a painter too. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, if you like the picture, if you've tried this before, or just say hi. I'm so glad you took the time to watch it. And if you're still here, you're amazing. You're my best friend, and I love you to pieces. I hope everybody has a blessed and wonderful week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all.